it's ATGLive, and it's bluegrass. And we got a special guest host this week, Corey Ryan Forrester, and Pete Fletzer's here too. And Kelsey is here, and Chris is here, and we got special features and interviews. And it's Christmas themed, and it's Star Wars themed, and I don't know what else to tell ya. It's ATGLive.
Well, welcome to ATGLive. You can tell we got Corey with us tonight because we made a special theme song just for Corey. Corey, how you doing, man?
So as soon as the bluegrass hit, I was like, okay, this is different. And I was like, surely they didn't make a special intro just for me. And then the lyrics happened, and like, boy, that tickled me so much. I'm so glad that y'all didn't like send that to me earlier. It's like, hey, look at this cool thing we did. That was so neat to see, and awesome, and well done. And hey.
Oh, well, thank you. Thank you for being here because under the current administration, we are required at least one host who lives in the South. And that's
correct.
And with Nick having he's having his Christmas party for his day job, we said, who can we call? And of course, who else would we want to call other than you, Corey? How you been, man? It's been a while. Every time you've been on, I've been off. And so it was nothing personal, but
that's frankly the only reason I agreed to do this. I was like, okay, at least this will confirm that it has been coincidence and Pete doesn't just hate me.
Yeah, well, you know, I might jump off for a bit and just let you take it, but
that's okay. I hope you don't want that to be filled with factual news about current Star Wars that time chunk, but I can do anything else.
I think the made up news is probably
sure.
more interesting, but
got plenty of that.
Yeah, so it is Thursday night, which means it is time for ATGLive as we do every week. And like we said, Nick is not here with us, but we are still joined by our usual cast of characters, including Chris and Kelsey. Kelsey's back. Chris is here. Kelsey, where have you been? What's been going on?
You're really gonna make me talk about it?
Well, you
Come
don't
on,
have to
man.
talk about all.
Wow.
No, I was just gonna start with like the MJ. I'm back. Like that's it.
Okay, that's all we need. That's all we need. I think that's good. That's
Happy
cool.
to be here.
Glad you're back.
Thank
Chris,
you.
how are you doing this week, bud?
Fantastic, Pete.
Yes. Yes. I know.
You seem serious.
I just never know where it's gonna go. I never know where it's gonna go. Oh, maybe Chris, maybe you could. I'm trying to remember who I had. Do you see this Darth Maul behind me? It's a comic book artist, and I had her sign it, and I can't remember her name.
Yeah, I can't.
Can you read?
No.
Yeah,
No,
I mean it's on the.
Her
signature
signature
cover.
is that bad that I can't.
Yeah,
read it.
Is it on the cover?
Okay,
Yeah,
but
it was
also your memory is that bad.
Oh, my
Man.
memory is so bad.
Like-
So bad. Look,
If
look
it's
how
on the
old I am.
cover, her last name would at least be on the cover.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna have to go find the cover then. No, it's just the artwork of.
Oh,
Anyway, that was a sidetrack that went.
It is badass,
It looks cool. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
no,
true.
I cannot
it's the
see
new
it.
sign.
and you got
Yeah.
your little droid with the Santa hat on. That's neat.
Yep, we're I'm going for some sound stuff because Corey, as you know, and I got to get your address so I can mail you one. But my book came out and I'm like working to. I want to do an audio version of it.
Yes.
And
Ooh, let me read a chapter. I'll do it for free.
that'd be awesome. But I need to get a little bit better sound control here, I guess. I don't know. Well, we're going to do like a fun show tonight. It is the holiday season already, which frankly, how is it December already? I have no idea how this happened. I was going to ask if everybody had a good year, but I'll just ask Corey. Corey, how was your year this year?
I mean, look, the comedian in me wants to get real cynical because it's been a proverbial shit show since about 1776 or something like that.
Yeah.
I could wax poetic about all the terrible things this year has brought, but in my personal life, I have a 2.5-year-old And this year was the most fun year of my life, without question.
That's awesome.
I've gotten him into Star Wars. He
Good.
loves, and you know what? You would think it'd be the opposite, because kids like more, I guess, the more flashy, the more, or maybe it's just, hey, they are better. He likes the old trilogy. He likes the OG trilogy like the best. I think it's because it's really heavy on the droids, and he likes them. You know,
Yeah.
like he's a big C-3PO guy. Like he'll walk like him and stuff like that. And oddly enough, I was like, oh, well, if he likes this, he'll like Clone Wars and Rebels and stuff. And he does, but he actually likes the movies more. But because I still haven't seen Rebels all the way through, and I'm like, I'm using my son as an excuse to do all this stuff. So he's gotten into that. And my wife told me, she's like, when he was born, she's like, now don't feel bad when you're not able to train him on everything it is that you like. And I'm like, I think I got this. So my man, all he wants to do is watch Star Wars, Batman, watch Justified, and play Call of Duty Modern Warfare. I mean, bro, what am I supposed to say? Okay, my taxes are worse this year. Other than that, it's good. It's great. Like, my life is awesome.
Well, that's great. That's awesome. And I will say, and Chris may agree with me on this, wait till he's a little older on Rebels, because it will break him.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's not ready for.
Yeah.
Well, he laughs when Sonny gets shot in The Godfather, for the record. Like, my son is a demon, so maybe. Yeah. And I know there's a bunch of parents listening to this. Like, are you really showing your 2.5? Yeah, dude, I am. Look, I can't change, and I'm not. All I got to do, I'm just going to be the best dad I can be in every other aspect. That way, I can be a fuck up in this one. Because I know plenty of people who, like, they don't show their kid graphic things on TV, but other than that, they're the worst parent ever. So I'm like, I'm just gonna, this will be my thing, that if I damage him with Twin Peaks, so be it. There's worse things happen to me. I'm here.
You turned out all right, I guess.
Sure.
You could say. Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, I've been watching Welcome to Derry with my son, and he's 13. And but yeah, hey, listen, it's all right. I actually have video, and I have to find it. I say it every time I think about it, but I have video of my son seeing Darth Vader for the first time in the original trilogy, and he was about your son's age, and all he does is he stands up and he goes, "Oh no!" Like he knew.
He knew. That's how good. That's how good they were at the cinematography and stuff. Like, without CGI, and music too. It's wild how. You don't have to be taught what menacing music is. You just know it. Like, minor chords make us sad without, like when you hear a Leonard Cohen song, you wouldn't even have to know it was Leonard Cohen. You wouldn't have to know the lyrics, but you would go, oh, I'm melancholy right now. And they did that so well with making, like, Darth Vader, 1977, without any technology, still one of the scariest things that's ever happened. And it's a masterpiece.
Yep. Yeah. And actually, it's kind of funny if you look at now that we have all HD and 4K and all this stuff, if you look at the Vader mask, it looks like crap. Like, if you look at the close-ups of it, it is like painted poorly. You can see brush strokes.
Yes.
You can see, but again, it just, everything about it, like, even the way he walked, like the way David Prowse needs to get more credit for the Vader ownership than he just, like, he was.
That's got to be a shame, man. Yeah, that's such a shame. Like, you are, and obviously, hey, you can't take anything away from James Earl Ray. Like, he's why, because you've heard the old takes before they put his voice in. It wouldn't have been as iconic.
It was awful.
But you're still the body. Like, the body has to do the acting. James Earl Ray didn't do any of that, and he was still menacing in the way. So, like, you're like, that guy. He's one of the biggest pieces of pop culture ever, and he could go to any grocery store ever, and no one would know who he is.
Yeah. Yep.
It's crazy.
Yes, indeed. Well, and that's kind of one of the cool things. And boy, we're about to go way off topic if I don't.
Yeah, you had me come co-host the show. I don't know what you expect.
No, the topics are gone. They do not matter. But there is something about the silhouettes of everything with Star Wars. And Vader is that, Boba Fett is that, even General Grievous and the Emperor.
Oh, God.
Yeah. So all you gotta do.
And how does the CGI from the prequels look better than CGI in modern movies? How?
It's a good question. That's a good
It's
question.
insane. And I'm not saying that it looks great in the prequels. I'm just saying, like, it's almost like we've gone down a little bit because, like, dude, I like watch Pirates of the Caribbean 3 with Davy Jones's Locker. That shit came out 21 years ago,
Yeah.
and I still believe them as fish boys. You know what I mean? Like, it's nuts.
Yeah, I mean, it's almost like they've like we peaked. I still think Jurassic Park is one of the best looking
Holds up
movies ever. Yeah,
because
yeah,
they
yeah.
did it practically, just like they did in Star Wars.
Well, but the CGI though still works. It's a wild thing. It's bizarre. It's strange. Well, without Nick here, I'm not going to do the toast because I can't do it justice. So we're going to skip the toast tonight. And that's Nick's thing. I can't do it. I just don't have the skills that he has. But
Well, I'm
He's
court
the
ordered
best at
sober,
chugging.
so that's fine.
all right. I was going to ask. I don't know if this is the right place to ask. Is that true, or is that
No.
just your? Okay.
No, I am sober, but the court didn't have anything to do with it.
Oh man, Court's like, you're not going to let your son watch Don Corleone and be drinking at the same
That'd be
time.
so
We're gonna-
funny if I just gave this big soliloquy on how good of a father I am, and then I'm like, yeah, by the way, I got an ankle monitor and I got to blow into my Harley before I go get milk.
Oh man, well, you know what? Why don't we take a quick break? Because I know, in the spirit of the holidays, you are working on a poem that
That's
you'd
right.
like to share with us when we come back from our break, and then we're going to do, and we want to hear from you in the chat. We want to keep an eye on what you're saying. We are going to do a Secret Santa for some of our favorite Star Wars characters, and then of course we're going to hit the news, and we're gonna see how that goes, because who the hell knows? We got Corey Ryan Forrester tonight, so anything goes, anything is possible. So why don't we take a quick break, and we'll be right back with more ATG Live.
5 decades, one saga, the whole story. From author and podcaster Pete Fletzer, Who Owns the Myth, takes you on a mythic journey through fandom, storytelling, and the battle for the soul of the first great myth of the modern media age. Ryan Airy from Screen Crush says, Fletzer is the voice of a generation, a must-read for any Star Wars fan. And David Whiteley, filmmaker and broadcaster, calls it a love letter to Star Wars and its fans. Who Owns the Myth? Available now at Amazon and whoownsthemyth.com.
Well, welcome back to ATG Live, your Thursday night home for all things Star Wars and pop culture, and I don't know, whatever we want to talk about. But Corey, the holiday seasons are coming. It's here. It's not coming. It's here. It's too late.
It's here, baby.
Are you do you have good ideas in mind for your kid for Christmas? You got a gift idea?
Yeah, he's recently started pointing at the TV and saying, want, which he's never done that before. So we got it. The first thing he did it for was some jelly blocks, which are essentially Legos that are like gooey, and can't tell you how happy I am to replace the regular Legos, because if I step on a jelly block in the middle of the night, I'm not going to curse God, so I'm pretty excited about that.
Well, that's excellent. Neat. And you got the whole Santa thing going with him, because he's young.
He hates him. He hates Santa. I mean, I'm certain that he will, once he learns the actual idea of Santa, he will like him. But my wife, every year has tried to take him to do the Santa pictures. And every year he is like, I don't know you, stranger danger. Like, get out of here, old man. Like, he doesn't like it. Yet I still got to pay $250 for him to sit there and cry on a stranger's lap every year.
There's a joke in there somewhere about crying on a stranger's lap, but
we've all done it. COVID, man, that was a wild time.
COVID was weird. We had to do what we had to do.
Yeah.
But in keeping in the holiday spirit, you mentioned to me earlier tonight that you were working on a Christmas carol, or was it Night Before Christmas?
It was the Night Before Christmas parody. Yeah, I always, you guys know me. When I do this program and when I do anybody's podcast, I try to bring a bit. You know what I mean? I try to come with something, and I think it's a lost art amongst comedians. Like, used to, that's what you're supposed to do. You go to radio, you bring your material. Now people just sit there and they're just like, hey, it's good enough that I'm here. So I like to work hard for you guys to do some things, and I've already been here's a little promo. I've already been working on my Christmas story that will be on my Substack, which you can find at CoreyWritesForYou.com. So I've already kind of been in this headspace. So I was like, hey, poems are easy. Now, by the way, that's true. Poems are easy. Good poems are hard. I'm not a great poet. Matter of fact, I have a hard time with the whole rhyming thing, which I find to be important to poems. But I knocked something out in a rush. So bear with me. This is "'Twas the Night Before Christmas" Star Wars version. Okay.
All right.
"'Twas the night before Christmas, and all through the ship, not a creature was stirring. Not even that droid I keep telling y'all's looking at me funny. The stockings were hung by the hyperdrive with care, in hopes that old Santa Boba Fett soon would be there. Though, frankly, if Boba Fett comes down my chimney, I'm moving to Dagobah or force ghosting myself on the spot. The younglings were nestled all snug in their pods, dreaming of blue milk and lighting shit on fire indoors that they absolutely should not light on fire indoors. Those little motherfuckers. Sometimes I just wish someone would kill all of them, you know. And Mama in her robe and me in my vest had just settled our nerves after one more imperial routine search request. When out on the hull there arose such a clatter, I sprang from my bunk to see what was the matter. Away to the viewport I flew like a rancor had bit me, pressed my face to the glass, and sure enough, the fucking Empire found us again. God damn it. These motherfuckers have the same work ethic as the Jehovah's Witnesses, I swear to God. The moon's on the rise of the newly built base. It gave a glow to the galaxy, the kind of vibe where you're thinking, oh, cool, another Death Star. Great. Fantastic. Wonderful. Why wouldn't this happen? God abandoned us long ago, if he ever existed at all. When what to my wondering eyes should appear but a beat-up starfighter driven by porgs drunk on beer. And up front, who is that? Barely holding the wheel? Fucking Lando, of course. Reckless son of a bitch. It's a good thing he can play cards and has a big wiener, or no one would like him. Who wears a fucking cape? Okay? More rapid than speeders, his porgs then came by, and he whistled and shouted and called them by name. Now Clicky, now Pecky, now Screamy and Ballin', on Flappy, on Nippy, on Borsky, on Colin. Colin is admittedly a weird name for a porg. To the top of the docking bay. Oh shit, a TIE fighter. I need to hit this Hoth Kush. Someone hand me a lighter. Asteroids were hurling and flying on by. They zipped and they darted, but we somehow ain't die. So up to my airlock, the porgies they flew with a sleigh full of gifts, and for some reason, Chewbacca too. And then with a growl that shook all the way to my toes, down the maiden hatch, old Chewie he goes. As I drew in my breath and was turning around, out stepped Boba Fett with a jetpack whoosh sound. Now, look, Boba Fett as Santa is both adorable and deeply unsettling. I get that. It's like if the mall Santa wore spurs and took bounties on the weekends and pissed on the children in his lap and then shot them. He was dressed all in armor from helmet to boot. And, of course, he had his goddamn blaster, too. A bundle of weapons he had slung on his back. He looked like a holiday-themed threat-level attack. But his visor, it twinkled. His shoulder plates gleamed. He said, relax. I'm here on a contract for good this time, I think. He set out the presents, each tagged and each sealed, even left baby Grogu a frog that he personally killed. Then with a nod, he rose back towards his sleigh, fired up that jetpack in a very unsafe way. This guy, I don't know if OSHA needs to get with him on his actions, but he's something else. And I heard him exclaim as he blasted out of sight, "Happy Christmas to all, and watch out for the fucking Sith. They coming too." All right.
Very nice. Very good. Excellent. Very well done. Love it. And Christmas will never be the same here again. That was cool. That was
you
very
could tell
good.
It was rushed. I couldn't rhyme. I just had to sort of freestyle something.
But the freestyling that's what worked. And yeah. So what does Matt say here? I have a strong feeling that if I read that poem to my son's third grade class tomorrow, he might get an extended Christmas break. This is true.
That's not a bad thing.
Yeah, I would. I might recommend against that. But so wait, yeah. So hey, so Corey, one of the things I wanted, I don't know if you're familiar. Did you know that back in the 70s, There was maybe it was the 80s. There was a Christmas album sung by C3PO mostly, and
Oh, no,
John
I
Bon
didn't.
Jovi. John Bon
What?
Jovi actually sang a song on that. Yes.
A 70s Bon Jovi?
Yeah, hold on a second. I'm going to pull this up. It was
I did not know that at all. That can't sound good.
I don't know. I would play it, but we'd probably get banned. Yeah, it was called Christmas in the Stars, a Star Wars Christmas album. Oh, it's hold on a second. I don't want to hear it. Yeah, and there was songs. Here's the songs. They were Christmas in the Stars, Bells, 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 The Odds Against Christmas, What Can You Get a Wookiee When He Already Has a Comb, R2D2, We Wish You a Merry Christmas, Sleigh Ride, Merry Christmas. So basically Christmas songs, but Star Wars. But now I have to find the Bon Jovi reference now that I said that. But yeah, this came out in 1980, in November of 1980, and it's a classic. Let's see here. Yeah, the track was, what was it? I don't know.
Christmas in the Star Wars universe really makes you think, because it's such a bummer that they have to watch out for Death Stars and Force-sensitive beings and also get saved or they'll burn in hell. You know what I mean? Like Jesus exists
Yeah.
in this universe.
Well, one of my favorite things is there's a meme with it's a Flintstones Christmas special. And
Yeah.
they're like, wait a minute. What are they? What's happening here?
Well, you know, there's a theory that the Flintstones is not actually prehistoric times, but it is a future where we've had another one of these type of apocalypses, right?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, I'd buy that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that the Flintstones are what the poor people are having to deal with, and the Jetsons are in the same universe, and they're the ones that are like the Elons living on Mars and stuff. So basically, we've all of Earth's resources have been depleted, so everyone's having to live like cavemen, except for the people that took flight, the
Right.
Jetsons.
And
Right. So in that world, Christmas would have already happened.
Right, okay, so that's going to be the way I look at it from now
How that
on.
explains Dino, I don't know. Maybe that's a Tesla dinosaur. I don't know.
Well, they clearly, like, they left out the electric cars because Fred's got to freaking run, and it's just it's
Yeah.
Well, now I will never watch the Flintstones the same again, and actually that's probably good because I don't know, man. I used to watch Flintstones way too much when I was a kid. The Flintstones and the Jetsons, and now
the Jetsons, so good.
Jeez. All right. Well, anyway, I'm bringing this home based on the song called "What Do You Get a Wookiee When He Already Has a Comb."
Okay.
We thought it would be kind of fun for you and I to kind of pull out a handful of Star Wars characters and talk about. You have the opportunity to buy them a holiday gift, a non-denominational holiday gift, because who knows what their religions might be. But let's, what would you buy Luke Skywalker, for example? If you were to go, you pull his name in the Secret Santa, you get the son of the chosen one as your gift to give to. What are you going to get him?
So I got two options for Luke here because I
right.
couldn't decide. I was
Right.
thinking a lead-lined hut door for his hut so that he can't accidentally mind read all the teenage Padawans while they're sleeping, because that's a bit creepy and probably would have saved him some headaches. You know what I mean? And
Sure.
I don't know.
Sure.
It's you got teenagers in another room and you can read their thoughts and stuff. Like, I feel like you need to be on a list somewhere. So we need some sort of like Jedi Norton's virus protection for his hut, and also a signed waiver from the New Republic absolving him of all responsibility for Ben Solo, letting him off the hook so he can finally rest.
Yeah, it's funny with Luke. I think he's he did have to deal with a lot. He dealt with a ton of stuff. I was thinking more something like a new glove for that metallic hand. I'm a little more practical perhaps. But power
well, as a
converters,
comedian, I'm supposed to think of stuff you wouldn't think of.
Correct.
You know what I mean?
Thank God somebody's got some additional skills here, because otherwise this would have hit the shitter a lot sooner. Let's talk about the controversy of Rey Skywalker.
Okay.
Just I throw that out there because I love to say Skywalker because I know it pisses off a lot of people.
Why is that?
because they
Oh, they
feel
don't like that she's a
they don't like
Skywalker.
right. They don't like that
Yeah.
she took on his name, and but honestly, it's kind of the ultimate fu to Emperor Palpatine, right? You find out you're his granddaughter, and you're like,
Right.
you know what? I'm taking his name. I'm not
Yeah.
taking your name, Palpatine.
I mean, if she has a choice, sure. I mean, I guess you've got that. Fans are very divided on, like, some people exclusively want Skywalker stuff. They're like, the Skywalkers are Star Wars. Everything needs to lead back to them. And then there's some people who I probably fall more into this camp of, like, I'm not saying like never again with the Skywalkers, but me and you've talked about this a lot. Like, I'm trying to see some old Republic shit, and I don't need you to shoehorn like one of them was the original Skywalker into that either. Like, I do think we could move on, but like Rey being Skywalker, it makes so much sense. That was a mentor, and it's either that or go by Sheev Jr. or whatever.
Right. Yes, I agree. So what would you get Rey for Christmas if you pulled her name?
And I'm assuming, some of these gifts I'm giving to them at different times in their life. You know what I mean? Like, obviously, like with Darth Vader, we're going to give him a gift. He's dead, so it would have to be a gift we'd give him while he was alive. So with Rey, I had a 23andMe of the galaxy Sith genealogy chart that detailed the records of her grandfather, including every coup, clone, unnatural resurrection, so she can finally stop learning about him mid fucking battle scene. You know what I mean? She already has all that information. She can just go on. You dab your tongue on a Q-tip, you send it off to the galaxy. One of Mon Mothma's shell corporations runs it, and you're good.
It is a lot. It's very inconvenient to be like flailing at somebody with a lightsaber and then find out some important, like the same thing happened to Luke. Like, hey, I've cut off your hand. You're stuck on the ledge there. And by the way, I'm your father. It's like, it's not traumatic enough. So I think that's good. Let's maybe she can share it with some friends so they can find out where they've come from, so they don't have to deal with that sort of shit. Sure.
What were you going to give Rey?
I was going to give her, I was going to just, I didn't know what I was going to get her. I think I was going to get her like just something to just put the lightsaber somewhere else other than in the desert. Like, she should have kept them like maybe like a fancy
lockbox, a safe.
Yeah. Fancy with little wooden lockbox to keep, because throwing them in the desert, even if you never use them,
somebody might find them. A kid might find it. You know what I mean?
Somebody could get hurt. I mean,
that could go off in some kid's hand, and
it's irresponsible. It's actually very irresponsible.
Yeah, for sure.
So, all right. Well, we mentioned him, but let's talk about Vader. What are we going to get Vader for Christmas this year?
For Vader, and I think this is not just a gift for him, but sort of a gift for everyone around him. It's a custom voice modulator that has an indoor voice setting. You know what I mean? But I think this would work because it's like, I can't remember who it was. It might have been Garrett Goldman that used to have a joke that was like, there needs to be a like your car horn. It only has one honk, but there needs to be separate honks for separate emotions. Like a honk, like if you're just wanting somebody to remind them that it's, hey, the light's green, it's just, like, like not the full, and he goes, and then sometimes you're mad at the car in front of that car, so there needs to be a horn that goes, and like goes over it, right? Well, with Vader, you can't ever tell, and maybe that's a feature, not a bug, what this guy's feeling, because he sounds the same all the time. And not that he ever has to sneak up on people, but it would be difficult to do considering he's turned up to 11 all the time. So I think, a modulator that gives him an indoor voice, or maybe sometimes when he's in negotiations with Newt Gunray and all these people or whatever, like he can have more of a formal tone or a soothing voice,
Right, but never Dave Prowse's voice.
Never anything but that.
Just to bring it all back to that. Yeah, oh man, that's honestly, that is one of my favorite videos, is when they just have the audio with just Dave Prowse shouting in his ultra British sounding,
theatrical. Yeah,
it's it does not work. Yeah, I for Vader, I was gonna get him some painkillers, just because I know like that's the whole thing. He's constantly in pain, and maybe he wouldn't be so angry all the time. Maybe he would I don't know. Maybe he would be able to chill a little bit.
Yeah, most
and-
opium addicts I know are real chill dudes. You know,
Well, I didn't say it was gonna like. Well, I guess it is a fine line. And you look
it
at his
would make him
personality.
feel better. How about some,
It
yeah,
would.
that some Xanax? We could speedball him a little
Sure.
bit. You know, Percocet for the pain, Xanax for the brain. It's the winning combination. Drink your water, Vader.
I get, I guess you're right. His personality kind of lends itself to something a little bit extreme. So maybe getting
Yeah.
him started on that wouldn't be.
Or what
we
about a
would-
punching bag? You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
right.
Get some of that stress out. Like, dude, he's choking interns over like, you didn't double space this bitch. like
maybe a gift certificate for some yoga classes or something
yeah,
would be
something like that.
for him. What are we going to get Grogu? The little, yeah.
I was a
That-
little less creative here.
Yeah.
I think number one, I'm going to get him two things because he's a baby, even though he's
Mhm.
90 or whatever.
Mhm.
A frog terrarium, of
Sure.
course.
Yeah.
And a cute little item that I think you can get on Amazon: baby's first Beskar helmet. If that's how you pronounce it. I think it is.
Yeah, it is. It is absolutely. I was thinking the same thing. I was thinking something frog related. I think it's kind of funny that like they've gone this whole frog route after he spent all that time with the frog lady. And I don't know, you live in a better world than most of us Star Wars people because you're not into the minutia. But I remember when the frog
I'm
lady
into it when you
episode-
say it, for the record.
right.
Yeah.
I appreciate that. But when the frog lady episode happened and people were getting pissed off that he was eating her eggs,
Yeah.
they were like, and I was like, no, it's
Well,
funny.
like what,
It's-
PETA?
yeah, no, people were like, she's trying to transport her children and he's eating them. Like, it's
But also, yeah, that is how nature works. Wolves eat baby birds, like,
Yeah.
and if you were the baby bird, you would feel badly about that. But since you're not, that's just the circle of life. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like I'm not saying it's right, but like, yeah, why wouldn't Grogu do that? Like maybe that's what his species feeds on. You don't fucking know.
she was basically carrying around a jar of pickled eggs for him,
Right.
And of course you're going to take a snack when you get the
And if
chance.
it tastes anything like caviar, I love roe, so I'd have to give it a go.
I would. All right, Finn, what are you going to get Finn for Christmas?
Number one, a formal apology from the New Republic for ignoring the rise of fascism, being the first one. I mean, that's the saying. They say never be the first, always be the second, because the first either gets ignored or gets crucified.
Right.
But he defected early. Nobody listened. But the main thing I would get, Finn, is something that, money actually can't buy. A better story arc. That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
If we didn't just get him riding the beast from Neverending Story past a space casino with a lady, and instead got him like being insanely heroic, considering this is one of the most unique characters in the entirety of Star Wars if you play him correctly. He is a stormtrooper defector. We've never seen anything like that. We've only seen loyalty to the Empire. We've seen spies or whatever, but this guy is the closest to like we can really relate to this, especially in the culture we live in. Like a guy who is like, I was just following orders, but then he starts thinking about those orders and he's like, oh my God, this is not the right thing to do. When that first movie happened, I was like, this is about to be my favorite character ever. This is the most interesting Star Wars character ever. And they absolutely nerfed his ass. It was, man, you know me, I'm not a hater. Like I'm not one of those people that just like shits on the new ones. I like parts of them, but the parts of them that I don't like are story related, and Finn got screwed.
Amen. Chris, you got to comment on that? I know you do.
Thank you for that.
Okay, dude, I'm always scared because I don't know if my take's going to be the accepted one,
No, you eloquently said everything that well, not everything, but mostly what I was thinking as far as the Finn situation goes.
Awesome.
It
Well
sucks,
done.
man. I mean, I think Poe Dameron was underutilized too, but like
Yeah.
but Poe is still at the end of the day not a carbon copy of Han Solo, but he is kind of that guy. We've seen rogue, brash heroes that don't follow the rules before.
Mhm.
but we
Right.
have never seen in a sci-fi thing a
defector.
defector.
Like,
A defector, like how much they took from Vietnam for the first one, like how much they could have taken from like that whole. Did y'all ever watch Homeland?
Yeah. Yep.
Dude, the first series of Homeland, when Damian Lewis defects and turns Muslim or whatever, they could have gone that route and done some, Iraqi comparisons.
Well,
God, it could have been good.
Disney wasn't like I said it. I'll say it once, to say it 1,000 times. I love Lucasfilm.
Yep.
Lucasfilm.
Right.
That's it.
Stop there.
That's it.
Right, don't go
So yeah, I'm pretty sure that Disney got cold feet on a few things because there was chemistry between Finn and Rey. That's all I'm going to say.
Yes,
but they got cold feet with that as well.
Which
but
is ironic because they're so everybody blames the like all the alt-right people are just like Disney's woke, and they had and they had but I'm like, no, they had a chance to have a strong black man and a white woman make out on TV and they didn't take it. So like, come on, man, you know what I mean? Like, don't tell me they're woke.
I agree.
A whole bunch of different species, but God forbid.
Yes, exactly. Hey, Han Solo was going to be married to a Wookiee in one of the original plans for the Christmas special. Just throwing that out there.
They've got two vaginas.
They do?
I don't know. You wrote the book. You tell me.
I was like, wow, I learned something new.
Hey, Knuckles from Sonic. He's an echidna, and they've got 3 dicks and 2 buttholes.
Yeah, they talked about that in that second movie.
Yep, man, dude. You talk about a bang butt episode for the ages, dog. God bless. You put an echidna in there with Sarah J. God damn. All right, I'm off topic. Here.
Well, I'm going to bring it back. We'll do one more, and then we're going to take a break, and then we're going to do some news for the week. But thanks for checking in, Chris. Appreciate it. We'll get back to you in a minute with news. Princess Leia, what would you get? Princess Leia.
I would get her a couple things because I love her very much, and I try to treat women better. This is another one in the form of a governmental pardon. It would be a diplomatic pardon for force use in government chambers. Nobody else could do it, but she could, because I feel like she should have been allowed to force choke some people, or something like that. And I know that we don't like we know that she's force sensitive, but she never really whatever. But like in my world, if she had a diplomatic pardon, she would find it within her, because she was, she would have been arguably the Ruth Bader Ginsburg of the government. So I think she would have mustered it up, and she could have just choked a couple of them fence sitters,
Right, sort of pushed them over the edge.
And I got her another one. It's a t-shirt that says, "My brother kissed me, and all I got was this fucking shirt." Can you cuss on the show? I ask an hour in.
Yeah, no, that's quite all right. That's what makes us different than those other boring Star Wars shows with the, I don't know. So here's what I would get her, and this may be a little bit much. It would be it'd be like one of those vials you get like when you go to the beach, and it'd be full of dust from Alderaan. It's just sort of like a reminder of, remember your home planet. We still I don't know if she would see it the way I would see it, but to me it's very sentimental and very, very well thought out. Maybe it's a little bit harsh, but I don't know. Let's do one more. Who you can pick who you want to give something to, and you throw it out there and tell me what you would get that person or character or droid or Wookiee or.
So we're just doing one more?
Yeah, let's just do the one more.
Okay, let's see, because I've written several here. Let me see which one I like. Okay, all right. This was I did for I could pick any character, Admiral Akbar, and this is also in this is also requires legislation. There's a theme here. A new Republic Senate ruling permanently retiring the phrase "it's a trap" from official military briefings. Akbar hated becoming a meme inside the galaxy and the Federations. Soldiers used to say it behind his back, and it would really upset him. So we're going to make that the only exception to freedom of speech in the new Republic.
Right. No more people just sort of like when he walks by, he can hear people going,
Yeah.
It's a trap guy.
Yeah, exactly. And
That's
you know
good.
he hated it. They've got it on shirts.
Right.
And or there's a world in which he loves it and he becomes like the Hawk Tua of the Star Wars world, where like he just and like everybody else is just going like, God damn, the guy just says it's a trap once and now he has a career. You know what I mean? Like, well, what are you talking about? Then there's rumors that they're like, actually, you know, he got murdered and washed up in Tel Aviv somewhere. So like, we don't really know. So there's a couple ways it could go.
He's selling T-shirts, you know, and posters for bathrooms, says it's a crap and it's got his face on it, and
Yeah,
it's a gynecologist's office. It's a PAP. I don't know.
it's a pap. Yeah, yeah. Like he'd be doing Subway commercials. It's a
Right.
wrap.
It's a
It's a wrap. Now, this is a movie I want to see. Is Admiral Akbar after the battle? He gets like he for some reason becomes the one that is the face. He's the Joe the plumber of that campaign. You know what I mean? And it's his rise. You shoot it almost like the new Bob Dylan biopic, where it's like about this particular year in his life when he goes electric. You know what I'm saying? And at first, Akbar's the toast of the town, and then all of a sudden, people are just kind of like, I don't really know about this guy. And then the back half of the movie is him like an old wrestler at conventions, just with take a picture with Akbar in the It's a Trap shirt, and everyone else, like Ashoka impersonators have more people in line than he does. He becomes just lonely Virgil from the WCW, and then he fucking goes in the back, takes a laser gun, and fucking shoots himself in the head, but it doesn't kill him because the wound cauterizes too quickly, and he doesn't remember that, like, oh right, my species, our brain is in our throat or whatever, but now he can't talk. And so the rest of the movie is just him, Terry Schiavoed out in the back. Sorry, I took it a little too far. But I would watch that shit.
I was on that train. I hope, where's this going?
I hope this is recorded because I need some clips to put out on Instagram.
Yeah, no, I'll definitely send you this for sure. 100%. Wow. I don't like. I'm thinking of everything that rhymes with trap, and just like seeing him all over all of it. So
yeah,
that's
be great. I want to see that movie.
All right, let's make it happen. We'll make it happen. But we're gonna take a break, and when we come back, we're gonna do our. Wait, did you want to say something? I saw.
Well, I had one more.
Please, I'd love to hear it.
My favorite character, which nobody understands why, Sebulba, is an imperial pardon for racing-related crimes issued posthumously by Moff Tarkin, who I think they would have got along.
You think Sebulba and Tarkin would have gotten along?
Yeah, they would have got along real good.
Why is that?
Well, they both suck. You know what I mean?
Both kind of. I've always loved Sebulba, and if for no other reason, just because of the sound of his pod racer. Like
yeah, man, he's a great heel. He's a great heel.
Yeah, that's all
right. Take your break.
Awesome.
Promote your fucking book.
No, I'm not going to do that again. Not tonight. No. Well, if you see it over the corner here, the only thing missing would be the URL underneath it. But anyway, we're going to take a break. And when we come back, we're going to hit the news. Kelsey's going to subject us to some difficult news questions and score us and judge us. So we'll take a quick break. And when we come back, we'll be hitting the news. More ATG Live coming right up.
Well, it's time to go around the galaxy again. Well, Welcome to the segment where our producer, Kelsey, clearly the most powerful being in the galaxy, selects this week's most overhyped Star Wars news from our website and forces a panel of organic life forms to argue about it. Loudly. For points. That she gives out. However she wants. This makes no sense to me at all. This week's special guest will also join the chaos, pretending that their opinions matter, while Kelsey quietly calculates who lives, who dies, and who gets muted. And at the end, the so-called winner gets 60 seconds of uninterrupted airtime, because that's what this show needs. More talking. So, hold on to your motivator and brace for impact. This is Around the Galaxy. Do I have to say it? Do I really? Roger, Roger.
And we are back, except I got these things in the wrong places. And hang on a second. You know what? I don't care.
This is perfect for like my first show back. Just
I know.
looks all wonky, and
I'm
I
so
feel like
sorry.
you
Hold
could
on.
have sent me like a warning about our guest host. Like, my God, I was not ready.
You weren't ready for Corey? What?
No.
What did I do wrong?
No. Like things went off the rails. It was great.
I
What
love
rails? They have not showed me the rails yet. I've done this show 15 times, and not once have I been afforded to view the rails.
We are rail resistant here on ATGLive. Look, I'm fixing it on the fly. I'm like, what am I? I'm like Han Solo. I don't know.
No, Han Solo is more competent than this. Come on.
This is true. This is true. Well, Corey, I don't know if you're familiar at all with the Round the Horn show.
Oh yeah,
on ESPN.
In my formative years of sports watching, it was my favorite. I hated that they got rid of it. Woody Page is actually a semi buddy of mine in a way.
Oh, nice.
Oh,
Well, we follow that lead, and that's what we have here with this show. We have 4 news stories, and Kelsey's going to pass them around to us to respond to, react to, and she will score us. And at the end, the winner gets to ramble on for 60 seconds if they like. So,
all right. Well, Pete, since you struggled with the cameras, there,
hey, at least I got it fixed eventually.
Yeah, you did, and just like also didn't prep our guest. All right.
No,
so first news story.
This is what happens when Nick takes a week off. If I take a week off, nobody notices. Yeah. If Nick takes a week off, it all goes to shit.
Yeah, no, it's fine. It's almost Christmas. Like, why look good? It's cool. All right. So, first news story. Mia Goth recently spoke about her time on set of Starfire, calling it incredible, and Sean Levy's energy electric. Do you think that his past projects have reflected that? And what do you expect to see of the cast when it makes it to the big screen?
Man, I'll tell you, if you are not like following every piece of Star Wars news, the only thing you need to know about Starfighter is it stars Ryan Gosling. It's got everybody's favorite Doctor Who in it. Why can't I think? Was it Matt? Okay, Chris, what's his name? Matt
Tennant, David Tennant.
No,
then it's not everybody's favorite Doctor Who.
Okay, it's a lot of people, some people's favorites. I don't know. I feel like I need to.
Doctor Who.
Okay, it's somebody's favorite, and that's what I care about. But it's got Matt Smith in it, who should have been and allegedly was going to be in the Return, Rise of Skywalker, and was not. But you got Mia Goth in it, and she's become recently one of my absolute favorites. Like, she was in Frankenstein. Did you guys see Frankenstein yet?
Yeah,
Tremendous.
Yeah,
she is so good, and I'm excited to see her as allegedly a villain. But to answer your question, Kelsey, which I eventually will do, I think I think there's something about the way Levy does his movies that gets who's ever in them as excited about them as he is, and that's a skill. So I think this is going to be a bigger hit than Grogu and Mandalorian, or the Mandalorian and Grogu. But I'm just excited to see where he takes it.
What do you think, Chris?
I'm excited for everything that has come out so far for this film. Like, listen, Solo is one of my favorite. Sorry, Kelsey. Solo is one of my favorite Star Wars movies. Like I saw that in the theater like many times. It was just like this standalone Star Wars story that had like no like big galactic weight on anything like that. I thought that was fun. So yeah, I'm looking forward to whatever's going down with this one.
What about you, Corey?
I mean, look, I'm very excited. Levy has a wonderful background in both sci-fi and comedy, which I think is very important for the two to merge when it comes to Star Wars. A lot of times you either get it's all comedy and not enough edge, or you try to go the too gritty route. And I think this is the perfect guy to sort of marry the two and bring back exactly what we liked from the trilogy, which was the charisma between the characters. Also, Mia Goth, can't miss. And Ryan Gosling, this has to be the biggest name. This has to be the biggest name ever to be in a, like, at the time. Like, obviously, Harrison Ford ended up being the biggest name, but he wasn't then, right? Natalie Portman ended up being a big name, but she wasn't then. Liam Neeson, sure, but he's not a Ryan Gosling level. Ryan Gosling is one of the few people that is like an actual popcorn thriller star that can put butts in the seats. And that is something that Star Wars needs. Plus, he has got that ability to be charming, tough, everything you need in a Star Wars character. I'm extremely pumped for this. I think they've got the right cast. They got the right crew. It's going to be a winner.
All right. Well, I'm going to stick with you for the next one. Claudia Black stepped away from her role in Ahsoka due to poor pay. When Disney has already had issues with women speaking out about pay, like ScarJo for Black Widow, what do you think of her comments?
Didn't hear him, but I agree with her, because if I don't, that would look bad.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Pete, what do you think?
Well, I did. I looked into it a little bit, and she says that she didn't make enough money to go to England for however long it was going to take to shoot, and she would have to hire somebody to take care of her kids or something. But listen, it's Hollywood. So I agree. Women are not being paid appropriately. Period. End of story. That said, when you take a job, if they say, hey, we're going to do it in England, and you say, can I get paid extra to go to England? And they say no, then you don't take the job. I hate to put it that way. I just feel like it's a little bit more, it's not as cut and dried. I don't think it's that they weren't paying her. I don't know what they were paying her, so I can't really say, but I don't think it's as simple as her side of the story is. Again, I get it. Taking care of children and trying to be an actress and all this stuff is probably, it's got to be very difficult. That being said, I don't know what went into the contract, and Lucasfilm has decided not to comment on it. So we really don't know enough about it, other than to say, from the outside, my perspective is always, they're going to pay you to play in the Star Wars universe. Either you take the paycheck or you don't. So I don't know. That's probably not the correct way to put it, but it's where I'm sitting. So I'm canceled.
Yeah, no, Chris, you want to dig yourself out of a hole and dig these men out of a hole? Like, please. No.
Why I gotta represent those guys? They said what they said. That's on them. Okay.
I don't know.
All right. They are adults. All right, and they can handle their own thing. Sheesh. Now, what I'm gonna say is to this whole situation is, this is another reason why I don't need to know everything that goes on behind the scenes. I don't. We don't need to, that's, I mean, she said it cool, but it's like, I don't need to hear that shit. There's a whole lot of, I just don't need to hear. We know too much about what's going on, and then that somehow skews our view of the movie, and for me, it takes all the fun out of it when that happens. When it happens too much, and it's happening way too much.
All right. That's a good point. I mean, I feel like that's kind of like the world we live in now, but yeah. All right. So I'll stick here with Chris. Rian Johnson's new Star Wars project is added to a growing list of canceled Lucasfilm projects under the Disney umbrella. when it doesn't seem like they can keep a creative team. Where do you see the future of the franchise going in films?
I hope it just doesn't turn into let's grab anyone to make something to get money through, through the Star Wars franchise. I hope that they don't just go the cheap route to make these movies to get them, to get them done, to get them out there.
Man, you've lost that much faith in Disney, huh? Man.
Oh, lost it. I never had it. But Lucasfilm. I love Lucasfilm.
All right. Pete, what do you think?
All right. So this is interesting because I think it's a weird time right now for Star Wars, and as much as I hate to do it, I'm gonna reference a tweet by John Hoey that for some reason I accidentally saw in my feed, and that is that I think somebody reposted it, and that is nobody's excited right now about Mandalorian and Grogu. I mean, there's a lot of people who are casual Star Wars fans who don't even realize that movie's coming out in 6 months, maybe less than 6 months. That's a problem for Lucasfilm right now. That's a problem for Disney right now. And so between that and Rian Johnson's film disappearing, and I do feel like it's been a very interesting month because there was this time a couple years ago where Kathleen Kennedy announced all these things, and so many things never made it past that press conference or the shareholders conference. And then it kind of silenced and everybody was cool. And then in the last month, we've heard about the Ben Solo movie that Bob Iger killed. We heard about the Rian Johnson movies not coming out. We're starting to hear more of this stuff again. And it's not what Disney and Lucasfilm need as the Mando and Grogu is coming out, which needs to be successful. It needs to work for them. And at this point, like I said, ask your casual, and Matt from Enid, please go to your local liquor store and see how many people know that there's a Mandalorian and Grogu movie coming out in 6 months, and I will guarantee you nobody is aware of it. And I will add to that, the trailer that we saw was so much like nobody even knows what the movie's about. So they need to better promote this stuff right now. And having things like Rian Johnson come out and say, yeah, it's not happening, doesn't help does not really help the cause at all right now. So
fair enough. Corey, what do you think?
Yeah, the marketing thing of it screams arrogance to me, because I feel like a lot of people at Disney are like, oh, we don't have to pump a lot into marketing because Grogu is so popular. Everybody loves little Grogu. And also Pedro Pascal is so popular. So basically, they're doing what a lot of comedy clubs are doing now, which is like, oh, we're not going to promote the show. They'll do it on their Instagram and it'll be free for us, right? Well, what ends up happening is we only have so much reach, and there ends up being low ticket sales or whatever. They want to put people in theater seats. You've got to go about it the old school way. When it's Disney, I should already be seeing a McDonald's cross promotion Grogu situation now. How is that not happening? And also with the future of Star Wars, I've never wanted to just slam on Disney because I'm scared of the mouse as much as anybody is. I used to work for ABC Disney. But at this point, it is undeniable that this is a Disney problem. It is not a Rian Johnson problem, because I promise you, his resume has proved o'er and o'er again that guy can put butts in seats. Right. With now, granted, what he's doing now is now IP. But when the first Glass Onion or whatever came out, that was a fresh original movie, went gangbusters because he's a great writer. He's a great director. He gets it. Not only that, there are a ton of great writers and great directors right now who, by the way, grew up on Star Wars and have a passion for this franchise that they would treat like a baby in their arms. And Disney is not allowing them to do it. This is Disney. I don't know if they can't see the forest for the trees. They're cutting off their nose to spite their face. But I really do think they're like, people are still going to go see it. They're still in that sort of arrogant world. And I think these past couple weeks after YouTube and them went back and forth over NFL rights and Disney realized, oh, we're not the biggest swinging dick in town anymore. Perhaps they're going to have to. And if they are thinking, hey, we don't need to market this movie because we see Grogu all over the internet. Well, if you're listening to the internet, start listening to the internet all the way through and understand that fans are disappointed in what you're doing with the franchise, and you need to do something different. And you need to think further out than just, we want to sell a bunch of plush dolls. Don't get me wrong, that worked for George on Return of the Jedi, but God damn it, that was a different time. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah. Amen.
Yeah.
Wow.
100%.
Well, I guess I don't know. Are you a video game guy?
I am.
All right. Then I'll stick with you for our final one. So a new mystery title Star Wars video game announcement looks to be right around the corner. What's your excitement level for this? And are there any stories you'd like to see explored in the video game realm?
I haven't heard, surprisingly, I haven't heard about this, but I'm currently playing Fallen Jedi right now, the sequel to, oh my God, my brain's not working.
Jedi Fallen Order?
Fallen Order, yeah. Currently playing that, and also I've got the PlayStation Plus, so I can go back and play all the old PS2 Star Wars games. So I've been playing the Battle Fighter or whatever. I didn't know about this new secret one, but I'll tell you, and I've been saying this for years, I am pumped about it. I'm super pumped about it. Star Wars Battlefront 2 is still one of my most played games ever, and they haven't had an update for like 10 years. And by the way, people are still in there. You have no problem getting 100. Yeah, we probably played against each other, didn't know. You have no problem getting 150 team squadron going on a system that hasn't been updated in 10 years, dude. So I'm very excited about that. If they go the first person shooter route, that would be awesome. An area that I want to see explored, because I like the comic books, is the Old Republic and stuff like that, because I think if they go about that in a similar way to how House of Dragon has gone with Game of Thrones, if they play it like that, where it's like, okay, it's the same general vibe, but the aesthetic is a little bit different because it's older and our technology would have been different. We're obviously still going to be in a world where the technology is advanced, but it would be neat if they're 1,000 years before. So like some of those things don't exist. The droids aren't as smart. You know what I mean? I would love to see that world explored, because then we could get rid of the Skywalker trilogy BS, all for, again, I still love it, but we can get away from it. And I think go the Shakespeare route with it. You know what I mean? Get some Dame Judi Dench's involved. Make this one high art, Old Republic. And I want to see that in a video game. Would be fantastic.
Nice.
Chris, what do you think?
I also didn't hear anything about a secret game, but I'm hoping that it's whatever the next Jedi game is, with the Cal Kestis character that Corey was talking about earlier, because that one is doing fantastic. That would make a ton of money. I don't think we're going to see a Battlefront 3, unfortunately. But here's the cool thing about that is, like, for me, I just started doing PC gaming, and I've got Battlefront 2 in the PC with a ton of mods, like a slew of mods on there. It's crazy, like over 100 new characters and whatnot. So it's like we don't need Battlefront 3. We just need it with the PC and the mods. But I think there's that. It could be the Jedi game. I would love to see it be a pod racing game, like a straight up racer. I think it'd be fantastic. So many different locales, work up your customize your pod and all that kind of, oh man, it would be dope.
Yep.
Agreed. Pete, you want to take us home?
Sure. Chris, it's like you read my mind. I did finally get that VR pod racer game, and I knew going in that it wasn't really VR pod racing, which is such a miss, but it's fun. It's a fun little, it's like a play set. It literally is like this. You move the characters around and you whatever. But yes, I agree, because one of my favorite games of all time was the Star Wars Racer one for, what was it, PS2
64.
or whatever it was, 64, the N64, and then loved it. And with today's and I watch my son play all the racing games. He's big into the car games. If you take that technology and put it against pod racing, like Chris was just saying, with all the customization and a league situation, and make it Bring it to life. Yeah, give me a pod racer game. I did see somewhere that it looks like the rumor game might be a Total War variant.
Oh, some kind of mobile game kind of thing.
No, like the Total War PC game, which is basically armies versus
RCS.
armies. Yeah.
Okay.
Which is cool. We don't have a good real-time strategy game for Star Wars. We haven't in a long time, so that might be kind of cool. But I'm with my two co-hosts here on this one. It's give me any Star Wars video game and I'm going to play it, even if it takes me a little bit of time before I got to the Pod Racer VR game. But give me VR or give me just a straight up PS5, Xbox technology Pod Racer game. Blow me away with that, and I'll take that in a second for sure.
Yeah, I mean, guys all like had lots of good points there, but Corey, you get the platform here. You've got your 60 seconds, first win. Congrats.
Hey man, first win, and I got to tell you, I did it without. I even refused to answer one of the questions. Okay, so I was handicapped by one. Do you understand that? Do you understand how big of a blowout this could have been? Okay,
you're assuming you would have said the right thing, though. I mean, I think
but hey, you, as Kenny Rogers said, I knew when to fold them, baby. You know what I'm saying? And as Keith Whitley says, sometimes you say it best when you say nothing at all. And that is what I will do with my 60 seconds starting now.
Well, damn, you can't beat that. That's all.
Stuck the landing on that one.
Stuck the landing for sure.
We just end the show now. Let's go.
Yeah, well, no, that's what I was planning to do.
It's been fun, guys. I appreciate coming in here and kicking your asses.
we got a night before Christmas parody. We got Christmas gifts for all of our Star Wars friends, and we also got the news, and we got to hang with Corey Ryan Forrester. Corey, where are you going to be? How does your new year look for gigs? What's on your agenda? And when's you have another book coming out? No,
I don't. I'm writing one.
Okay.
Which means never. Okay. Yeah, mine will come out at the same time as Winds of Winter. I will be, for everybody that likes stand-up comedy, in particular mine, I will be at Zany's Comedy Club for our yearly residency. This is year 9 of our Christmas shows at Zany's, the 18th through the 21st of December. After that, I will be in Asheville, North Carolina on December 27th. And then after that, the only thing I have on my, if you're in DC on December 12th, which is the day after my birthday, I will be there doing stand-up and shooting a documentary for the sequel to The Muslims Are Coming. I'm not one of the Muslims, unfortunately, but they are coming, and I will be with them. And I don't have anything else on the books except for in the spring, I'm starting my spring tour in Atlanta, March the 29th at the Punchline in Atlanta. But those ticket links, you can find everything at CoreyRyanForrester.com. But the thing I'm most excited about is CoreyWritesForYou.com. That is my Substack. That is how I have remained a paid writer after I was laid off by the Atlanta Journal-Constitution. And frankly, I write a lot more fun shit at CoreyWritesForYou.com than I ever did for the Atlanta Journal-Constitution. And I have created my own fictional Lake Wobegon type town called Chickaluki, where we have newsletters and stories from the townsfolks, and it's a lot of fun. So follow me there and listen to all my other podcasts, Putting on Airs, Well Read, and be good to each other. Damn it.
That's all you got to do. Not just during the holidays, but at all times. It doesn't hurt to be a good person, right? I mean,
that's
for
right.
goodness sake, have some fun, do some fun stuff. I don't know if we're doing a show next week or the week after, but I know we're doing some stuff. I'm going to plug my book because I can. If you go to whoownsthemyth.com and use the code HOLIDAY, I'm giving 30% off everything on the site there, whichever version of the book you want to buy. You want to buy the deluxe edition, you want to buy the plain old paperback, either way, with 30% off, it's cheaper than on Amazon, and you're going to get it signed if that means anything to you, and it may or may not. And Corey, I'm going to text you after the show. I want to get your address. I want to send you out
Can't wait.
Copy. But yeah, so that makes a great holiday. The way I've described this book, and Chris and Kelsey, I know you've checked it out. It's a great book for Star Wars fans, but it might be a better gift for your friends and family who don't understand why you're such a fan.
Interested in, they want to catch up. I dig that.
So check that out. Like I said, I know we have a show coming the 18th, but I don't know if we're gonna have one next week. But either way, hope you all had fun tonight. It was great seeing you again, Corey, Chris, and Kelsey. Awesome hanging out with you as usual. Kelsey, we're glad you're back. And I
Glad to be here.
Yeah, and I like the glasses. I like the orange glasses.
Oh, thank you.
It's a good
Yeah.
look.
Had really tired eyes, so
No, it's a good look. But I guess that's going to do it. So, Chris, may the force be with you.
Always.
And also with you.
And with your...
Just one more round, friend, then homeward bound, friend. Don't forget me in your dreams. Just one more song, friend, and then so long, friend. The nights get shorter, it seems. Just one more rhyme, friend. Yes, it's a crime, friend. But you know time, friend. Time can fly. So it's good night, friend. Good night, but not goodbye.